Now let us learn first the electronic configuration of first 18 elements. So hydrogen electronic configuration is 1s1. Children, I am showing the picture here, you write likewise. Helium atomic number 2, its electronic configuration 1s2. Lithium 3, its electronic configuration is 1s2 1s1. Beryllium atomic number is 4, 1s2 2s2. Boron atomic number is 5, 1s2 2s2 2p1. Carbon 6, its atomic number is 6, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p2. Nitrogen, its atomic number is 7, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p3. Oxygen, its atomic number is 8, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p4. Fluorine, its atomic number is 9, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p5. Neon, its atomic number is 10, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6. Sodium, its atomic number is 11, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s1. Magnesium, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2, its atomic number is 12. Aluminium, its atomic number is 13, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p1. Silicon, its atomic number is 14, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p2. Phosphorus, its atomic number is 15, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p3. Sulfur, its atomic number is 16, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p4. Chlorine, its atomic number is 17, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p5. Argon, its atomic number is 18, its electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6. Children, first write these electronic configurations and then we will go into the lesson. Welcome children, we are in the next part of a lesson. So now we are going to see what is an atom. Atoms are very small, they resemble the element and they are smaller than anything we can imagine. The atomic radius, that means the distance between the two atoms, is 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 power minus 9 meters. So that means you can see after 8 zeros you can write 1. That means 0.80 is 1. That you can imagine how small the size of an element is. So how small the size of an atom is. Such atoms constitute to form one element. So there are different symbols given by Dalton for different atoms. One dot represents hydrogen, carbon filled with black. Like this you can see the symbols in your textbook page number 33. So now we are going to see what is the atomic mass. So the atomic mass is defined as the mass of an atom that can be given for one element. For example, when we say hydrogen, its atomic mass is 1 gram. For carbon, atomic mass is 12 grams. Nitrogen atomic mass is 14 grams. Oxygen, 1 oxygen atomic mass is 16. Sodium 23. Magnesium 24. Like this I am going to give for the first 20 elements. You have it in your textbook in chapter 4. If you want, I am just giving, you can just note it down. The atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. The atomic mass of helium is 4. Lithium is 7. See in page number 51, you can see till 18. See in the 18th page, table 4.1, I am explaining it. The symbol of hydrogen is H. Atomic number is 1. Number of protons 1. That is, number of protons and number of electrons is equal to its atomic number. Number of neutrons for hydrogen is 0. So you can see the electronic configuration accordingly: K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. The last line, valency, represent how many bonds it can form. You can see for all the 18 elements, and also these elements are represented in page number 50 in the diagrams. Once see those diagrams, I will explain it now. First you can see hydrogen, its atomic number is 1. Its atomic mass is 1. It has 1 electron. Helium has 2 electrons. Its atomic mass is 4. Lithium, its atomic number is 3. It has 3. lithium. Beryllium, it has 4 electrons, 2 in the inner shell, 2 in the valency shell. Boron, it has 2 electrons in the inner shell and 3 electrons in the outermost shell. Its valency is 3. Carbon, its atomic number is 6. It has 4 as the valency electrons and 2 in the inner electrons. So that represents on the 1s2. First 1s2 gets filled, next 2s2 gets filled, next 2p gets filled, next 3s. These are all atomic orbitals. So the atomic orbitals are explained by the Aufbau principle. So you have it in your higher standards. So I am just giving you the basics, that first 1s, next 2s, 2p are the 2 orbitals. Next we have 3s, 3p, 3d orbitals, and 4s, 4p, 4d orbitals. Likewise, s can accommodate 2 electrons, p can accommodate 6 electrons, d can accommodate 10 electrons, f can accommodate 14 electrons. So you learn the electronic configuration in your 10th standard. You can see the electronic representation as inner shell stands for 1s orbital, outermost shell stands for 2s. As the number of electrons increases, accordingly number of shells also increases. You can see and learn these diagrams. So now we are speaking about what is a molecule. Different atoms combine to form a molecule. So what are the molecules? You can see different types of atoms of elements combine to form different compounds like water, carbon dioxide, ammonia and all. So you can see different elements. So accordingly their mass is also given. Here you can see what is an ion. For a molecule to form or a compound, atoms of different elements join together in definite proportions to form molecules of compounds. I repeat, atoms of different elements join together in definite proportions to form molecules of compounds. As if you see water molecule in page number 36, it is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Their mass is to ratio is, for example, 1 hydrogen, its atomic mass is 1. 2 into 1, 2. So for 1 oxygen, it is 16. When it is getting 2:16, when you just ratio it, 2 table gets cancelled and their ratios are 1:8. For ammonia, you see nitrogen atomic mass is 14. Hydrogen atomic mass is 1. So 1 nitrogen, it is 14. For hydrogens, 3 into 1. Carbon dioxide, CO2. For 1 carbon, its atomic mass is 14. For 1 oxygen, its atomic mass is 16. When you just rationalize, if you take a ratio of 12:16, you get the ratio with 2 table or 3 table. 12:16. 12:16 means 4 table has got cancelled. So 4 will go 3 times and 8 times. So this is how you can get the ratio. Next we are going to see what is an ion. See, there are atoms which loses electrons and which gain electrons. For example, compounds composed of metals and non-metals contain charged species. The charged species are known as ions. Ions may consist of single charge atom or a group of atoms having net charge on them. An ion can be negatively or positively charged. For example, a negatively charged ion is called anion. A negatively charged ion is formed by adding of electron. For example, chlorine. Chlorine has 17 electrons. Its atomic number is 17. If it accepts one more electron, it becomes Cl minus. This is called anion. Example, cation. Sodium metal. Sodium metal's atomic number is 11. It loses one electron and becomes Na plus. Therefore, it is called cation. Na plus and Cl minus combines to form an ionic crystal called sodium chloride. So now we are going to learn how to write the chemical formula. For writing the chemical formula, you have to know the tabular column in page number 37, table 3.6, how the elements will form either positive ions or negative ions. Sodium, all the metals will form cations, all the non-metals will form anions. There are also ions with multiple valency, for example 2 and 3 and 4, so on. You can see sodium Na plus, sodium symbol is Na, When it loses one electron, it becomes Na plus. Potassium, K plus. Copper, Cu plus. Silver, Ag plus. Magnesium, Mg plus 2. That means if 1 plus is there, it loses 1 electron. If 2 plus is there, it loses 2 electrons. Calcium, magnesium atomic number is 12. Calcium atomic number is 20. It loses 2 electrons to become Ca plus 2. Zinc, Zn plus 2. Iron, Fe plus 2. Copper, Cu plus 2. Aluminium, Al plus 3. Aluminium loses 3 electrons and becomes Al plus 3. So this is called as multivalent cation or trivalent cation. If 2 is there, it is called divalent. If 1 plus is there, it is called monovalent ion. Iron, Fe plus. Non-metallic element. Hydrogen is a non-metal, but it has the behavior of metals. Hydrogen loses 1 electron and becomes H plus. Hydride, it gains 1 electron and becomes H minus. Chlorine retains 1 electron and becomes Cl minus. Bromine accepts 1 electron and becomes Br minus. Iodine gains 1 electron and becomes I minus. Oxide, it loses 2 electrons and becomes O2 minus. These are called anions. Sulfide, sulfur loses 2 electrons and becomes S2 minus. Nitrogen loses 3 electrons and becomes N3 minus. There are polyatomic ions, that means 2 nonmetals combine to form as one ion. So ammonium is a NH4 plus ion. It loses 1 electron and becomes NH4 plus. Hydroxide ion, OH minus. It accepts 1 electron and becomes OH minus. Nitrate, NO3 minus. Hydrogen carbonate, HCO3 minus. Carbonate, CO3 minus 2. Sulfite, SO3 minus 2. Sulfate, SO4 minus 2. Phosphate, PO4 3 minus. Children, you have to by heart the formulas along with the symbols. So you can see, now we are going to learn how to write the formula for the simple compounds. Take out your page number 38. You can see how to write the formula for hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen, you know the symbol for hydrogen is H. For chloride, the symbol is Cl. You know the valency for hydrogen is +1. For chlorine, the valency is -1. That means hydrogen loses 1 electron and chlorine gains 1 electron. So when you crisscross their valencies, you get HCl. You have to cancel those 1 in one table, it will go. So therefore its formula is HCl. Second one, H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide. We know the valency for hydrogen is +1, for sulfur is -2. When you crisscross the valencies, you get 2 for H. That is H2S is the valency, so that it gets balanced like that. You can see the next one, carbon tetrachloride. Carbon symbol is C, chlorine symbol is Cl. When you see the valency for carbon, it's 4. The valency table is in page number 50. You have to learn that valency, last column, along with the symbols also. So the chlorine valency is 1. Carbon valency is 4. When you crisscross it, you will get CCl4, carbon tetrachloride. You see the fourth one, magnesium chloride. Magnesium valency is +2. That means magnesium loses 2 electrons. Chlorine gains 1 electron. So therefore, when you crisscross it, you will get the formula of magnesium chloride is MgCl2. The same for calcium chloride also. Calcium valency also is +2 and for chlorine it is -1. So therefore you get CaCl2. Next one, formula for aluminium oxide. Aluminium valency is +3, oxygen valency is -2. When you crisscross this, you will get Al2O3. Formula for calcium oxide. Calcium valency is 2 and oxygen valency is -2. When you crisscross it, you get +2 -2. With the 2 table, you can cancel it. There you can see Ca2O2. When you cross it with the 2 table, you get CaO, that is calcium oxide. Next you have the formula for sodium nitrate. Na plus Na, sodium valency is 1, nitrate valency is -1. When you crisscross it, you will get NaNO3. Next, formula for calcium hydroxide. Calcium valency is +2, hydroxide valency is -1. When you crisscross it, you will get calcium with 1 and OH as hydroxide taken twice. Next, you have sodium carbonate. Sodium valency is 1, carbonate valency is -2. Next, you have ammonium sulfate. Ammonium valency is +1, sulfate valency is -2. When you crisscross it, you will get ammonium ion taken twice with SO4. So this is how you can write the formulas. If you learn these formulas, it is enough, children. Please try to learn these. Molecular mass and mole concept. What is meant by molecular mass? We just saw the atomic mass. When you calculate with their formula, you get formula mass. When you calculate it for a molecule, you will get molecular mass. Let's see example 3.1. If you see, they told to calculate the relative molecular mass of water H2O. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? 1. For oxygen, 16. So our molecular formula for water is H2O. How did you get this valency? Hydrogen valency is 1, oxygen valency is -2. When you crisscross it, you will get hydrogen taken twice with oxygen. So therefore its formula is H2O. 2 into 1 hydrogen. So 2 hydrogens you have taken, 2 into 1 plus 16 into 1. You will get 18 units. Like this you are going to calculate for HNO3. For hydrogen 1, for nitrogen 14, for 3 oxygens 3 into 16, 48. So you will get 63 units. So this is how you can calculate the molecular mass. Next we have formula unit mass. The formula unit mass is nothing but you can calculate the formula mass. See in page number 40 we have example 3.2. Here you can see CaCl2. Atomic mass of calcium is 40 for 1. For 2 chlorines, 2 into 35.5. So you can get these weights in page number 50. So you have here a mole concept. What is meant by mole concept? See, when you take a handful of grains, can you count it? Yes, we don't know how many grains are there. You can see lentils or sugar granules or rice granules or paddy granules or any grains. Or when you take jeera or mustard, if you take a handful, you just say it is a handful. You cannot count it. Like this, atoms and molecules are also taken as a handful. We just call it as Avogadro number. One Avogadro number is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. That means when we are unable to count a proper number, you can just consider it as an Avogadro number. For this, they have taken carbon as the basic measure of atoms. For example, 1 mole of carbon atom has its atomic weight as 12 grams. So, the weight of those 12 grams of carbons is its Avogadro number, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. Like that we are going to see for 1 mole of hydrogen atom. See in page number 43 for well understanding, children, this one. 1 mole of hydrogen. 1 hydrogen has its atomic mass as 1 gram. So, such type of 1 gram of hydrogens in 1 mole is calculated as its Avogadro number. That is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. Next we have 1 mole of any particles, that is maybe atoms, maybe molecules, maybe ions. That is relative mass of these particles in grams is also calculated by Avogadro number. That is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. Next we have 1 mole of molecules. See, for example, many atoms make one element. Some group of elements make one molecule. So some molecules make some compounds. So this is how 1 mole of molecules has its molecular mass. So what is the weight of those molecular masses? 1 Avogadro number. That is 6.00022 into 10 to the power of 23 numbers of molecules. This is what is given in 40. For example, we say for counting fruits, 1 dozen is equal to 12 numbers. So like that 1 gross is equal to 12 dozens. 12 dozens means 144, 12 into 12. Like that 1 mole of molecules means that is its Avogadro number, 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. So you have problem in page number 41. I am going to explain it. So you can see here they asked to find out what is the number of moles. So for example, I gave you 2 grams of hydrogen and I asked you how many moles of hydrogen is present in that. We know that 1 mole of hydrogen means you will have 2 hydrogens because it is a diatomic molecule. So therefore 2 by 2 2 is the given mass by what is its atomic mass? 2 moles of, I told 1 mole of hydrogen has 2 atoms of hydrogen. That is 2 by 2, you have 1 mole. Like that in example 3.3, they asked us to calculate the number of moles present in 52 grams of helium. You can see here 52 grams means how many moles it is going to find out. Next they told 12.044 into 10 to the power of 23 number of helium atoms are there. Find the mole. So for that what you have to know? First you have to know what is the atomic mass of helium. Atomic number of helium is 2. Its atomic mass is 4. So now they gave us 52 grams. When you divide weight by gram molecular weight, number of moles is equal to molecular mass by, the given mass by molecular mass. Or in other words we say number of moles, N is equal to weight by gram molecular weight. Here the given weight is 52 grams. Its molecular weight, that means one atom of helium has 4 grams. When you divide 52 by 4, you will get 13 moles. So for us 13 moles are present in part A. In part B, what did they give? 12.044 into 10 to the power of number of helium atoms. Then we know that 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number. Avogadro number is equal to 6.022. So if you divide the given number of particles by Avogadro number, here Avogadro number is denoted by N naught. So 12.044 divided by Avogadro number, you get exactly 2 moles. So you can see likewise 3.4, 3.5 and 3.5. With this our syllabus is over. We don't have problems for the exam. Thank you children. Please learn. And only textbook exercises will be given for exam. Prepare them well. Thank you children for your cooperation.